This is the Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And what else we feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Reese.
And I'm your host who loves a good One Piece shout out, Davis Bates.
This episode is our weekly anime review, so sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
Anime review.
Yeah, buddy! Best episode of the week.
Yeah.
It is.
What's the best episode of the week?
This.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. 100% agree. 100% agree.
100%.
Always has been, always will be.
Always will be. It's so much fun. So much fun. And we got some good ones this week.
Yep.
We're down.
Did you watch Not Into Another World?
Yeah, I'm caught up on that, yes.
Okay, so we have 5 anime review.
Alright, you didn't watch Alya?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, One Piece is out. Yep.
Yep. So we got 5 anime review, 3 we watched together, 2 we watched separate. But let's just hop right into it.
Yeah.
With the anime that we've been doing number 1, except when it's not around.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia season
7.
Another great episode.
Yeah, good episode. I think you said it best. Even their like mid-ish episodes are still amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This episode was awesome. This is an anime is good when it can take a character you didn't care about really.
Yeah.
And then now you're like, man, this character's awesome.
He's amazing. We haven't seen this guy. Tentacle.
I think it's Tentacle.
Tentacle.
Because if it's Tentacool,
then it's Pokemon.
That's a Pokemon.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny.
It could be that too.
That'd be kind of funny.
Could be a shout out. Could be a shout out.
That'd be kind of funny. I mean, they shout out freaking One Piece when he did his punches.
Yeah.
That was definitely like Luffy's Gatlin animation.
Was that your reference to One Piece from this week?
What?
You said you love when an anime does a reference to One Piece?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
For your opening, that was part of. Oh, so you're calling back last week's episode?
No, this week's episode. Did you not see when he did the?
No, wait.
There was a point in time where Tentacle, he was doing like it's when he first started attacking the spinner.
Yeah.
He like did multiple fists. The animation was pretty much.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
It was
like One Piece punches. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty cool. I saw it. I was like, nice. I mean, we had gears last week,
Second
so
gear,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
That was pretty cool.
Point.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. Yeah, that was. Now you pointed it out. I'm like, oh my god, totally.
Yeah, it's the only one who could do it too, which makes sense. Like.
This guy's just shouting out One Piece left and right.
I'm down for that.
Yeah,
he might have shouted. He might have shouted out other anime. So we know. We're just hyper focused.
He's probably shouted out One Piece before. As if you listen to the podcast before, we mentioned now he sent in a thing when he was younger of Smoker to One Piece, and then the manga artist who wrote My Hero, and then when My Hero ended, Oda put the same image that he sent as fan art as the opening cover of that One Piece that My Hero did. So One Piece has lasted long has lasted long enough to a little kid to be a fan of it, send in fan art, and then to be an adult, write a manga, have it end, and One Piece is still going.
Yep, facts. Yep, it will outlive us all, sadly.
I hope it doesn't.
No, I mean, I honestly I hope it goes till I'm like 80 years old.
It won't.
It won't. It's gonna end. It's gonna end in my 20s probably, but
it better.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not your
30s,
20s, your 30s is fine, but like if there's like One Piece extended, Luffy's
if there's
kids.
a One Piece Shippuden, I'm not. I mean, I might watch it.
Well, no, if they do the Naruto thing where it's like Naruto's main author wasn't in charge of it.
Yeah, I've been not doing that.
Yeah, if Oda was still in charge of it, I'm like, let's fuck it.
Well, that's just more One Piece then. That's great. That's great. Yeah,
but he's not gonna.
Anyways, My Hero Academia.
Yes.
Yeah.
One Piece didn't even have an episode.
I know. Yeah, we're still talking about it. This was a great episode. Yeah, for like you said, taking a character we haven't seen Tentacle do anything since like season 2. Really, he helped with Deku a little bit, but he's like he hasn't like been
like the forest thing.
Yeah, it's when Tsukiyomi Birdhead guy went fucking batshit crazy,
nuts, yeah.
and he was like distracting the time, and he carried Deku through most of it and got Deku where he needed to go. So that was about it. Yeah. He's been there the entire time, but then he had this episode, and he was like, "Dang, I wish he would have been in the show a lot more."
This guy's so cool.
He's awesome.
He's so cool.
He's awesome.
He's honorable. He's just nice.
He just wants to help people. He's just a hero.
He's got that Jesus energy where he's like, I just forgive everyone.
I forgive everyone.
I want everyone to be nice. And I'm like, wow, what a cool guy.
What an awesome dude.
And he's pretty badass.
Yeah, he's come a long way as a hero. From a guy that just like made weird body parts to now he's like, can actually attack and fight things.
Yeah.
Like obviously he's still not on par with probably the top 7 big fighters in 1A. In 1A.
7. Interesting.
Yeah.
Totoro.
So you have Todoroki, you have Bakugo, Deku,
Whatever.
Ida, And then Uravity.
Yeah, I put Uravity ahead of him.
And then, I'm thinking, Lightning Kid, Kirishima.
Who's Kirishima?
Red Riot.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then,
that's already 7 right there.
Sorry, 7 right there, yeah. Exactly.
And then you have...
Acid Girl, her quirk is better, but I would not,
No.
Pinky, whatever her name is.
No.
Then you have
I know, but grape juice could
his combat ability is
really
probably better than some people there.
He's really up there. What about I mean, I feel like the kid who eats sugar is like super strong.
Yeah.
The thing I feel like about his ability is I'm just like everyone has it. Like a lot of people have your ability, but better.
Excuse me. Yeah, exactly. People already have super strength.
But yeah, I 100% agree. 100% agree with that. He's definitely moved up in my rankings. So.
100%, yeah.
The one thing I did love though when he did that awesome super punch move.
Tsukiyomi, that guy's a better fighter.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah. When he did that like super punch move where he like wrapped his arm around like a bunch of different
sick,
ways.
yeah.
And Spinner's Berserk Spinner. I don't know. We should call him something different because he's not regular Spinner. But
Spun.
Yes. He's like, that's gross. I'm like, have you seen Shigaraki?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Because when he did that move, I wasn't even like, oh, that's gross.
I was like, no.
Because I'm so used to like Shigaraki being
I've seen
gross.
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I've seen so much worse. Shigaraki's got something exploding out of his chest right now. It's
disgusting.
It's horrible.
His thing was fingers.
I know.
Nobody likes a bunch of fingers.
Weird shit.
That punch was awesome. It's so cool. The other character that would like they didn't really do too much, which was Anima. That character sucks, and we all know it, and they know it because
really great power. Could have done something really awesome, but he just uses birds and bugs the entire time. You live in a city, dude. Go find a zoo, crack a cage open, and send tigers after these people. That'll calm them down real fast, as opposed to just. I'm gonna keep getting more crows. Like, I know, dude, it's fun. Even when his quirk advanced or whatever.
Yeah, what was it? That was dumb.
I don't know.
At first, I thought it might be cool.
Yeah,
I was like, this could end up being cool, and then it wasn't. Name is cool. His move was cool. Hitchcock crows, which was cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Shout out to Alfred Hitchcock. The movie The Birds, which at the time. Was awesome.
Yeah.
Watching it now, you're like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Nice. I don't care what anyone says when they're like, we'll be respectful of it. It's like, yeah, okay, but like,
yeah.
It looks terrible.
Yeah. And I also feel like
it's not my fault I grew up this time. Like, it's not my fault I've seen commercials with better graphics.
That's true. Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. Some of those old movies. You know, you really had to be a really big blockbuster to use minimal CGI or anything like that, or like effects to really like. Hold your own still nowadays. And even then he still looked corny. Star Wars looks corny as hell. I love watching it. It's amazing. It's
so funny. I wonder how people react. Like, people loved it, were scared of it and loved it at the time. It's just like, think about it. It's like, for us, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because you can't, it's like once you go forward, you can't go back in this way.
Yeah, true, yeah.
We should go back. But,
a little.
But once you go forward, you can't go back in this way. So it's like, for them at the time, were they like, I guess, like, I was watching that 70s show recently, and there was an episode where New Hope comes out, and they're all like, whoa. So like obviously like
it's probably like when the first Avengers came out for us, and we're like,
or like when you're
Iron Man,
or when you're a little kid and you see Star Wars for the first time.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
So crazy.
You weren't thinking it was like lame.
Yeah, no. But like as you get older, you see like the visual effects and all this stuff. It's like you get desensitized over time. I had a really good example for this. I just lost it completely. But regardless,
I know we're going off page real quick, but I just want to say, remember how dope Hulk was in the first Avengers?
Yeah, remember when how dope he was in his own movie, and then they just absolutely took that Hulk and threw him out the window.
I just remember in the first Avengers movie, I was just like, Mark Ruffalo playing the Hulk. This is what so.
And then he was good.
And then his Hulk was the Hulk in first Avengers, all his fighting scenes. I was like, I could watch these all day long. Yeah, they were great.
He was
more comic book Hulk there.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, they got rid of Age of Ultron, fine.
Age of Ultron, still good.
And then it was after that, they were just like, we're done. It was literally when Endgame came around, they're like, oh, that Hulk is gone forever.
Yeah, because he was good in Infinity War.
He didn't even turn.
Remember Infinity War and he fights Thanos?
Yeah, that was the last time we saw that Hulk.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the last time ever. And then
My Hero Academia.
Well, no, what happened to Thor Ragnarok?
That was in between. Was that in between? That was in between Age of Ultron and Infinity War, wasn't it?
Okay, so
because that was out in between Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, and the Hulk was still fine.
The Hulk was fine.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo was not.
No, Mark Ruffalo.
The Hulk was great in that.
Hulk was still awesome in that one. Yeah. And then now
thank God Takiti, whatever his name is, lost his Star Wars thing. The times are changing, folks.
Yeah.
We're getting good stuff. It's coming down.
Thank goodness. It's finally time.
Anyways, My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, good show.
This was a very, very good episode. Also, if you're a long-time listener of the podcast, you know it takes a lot for me and Davis to feel for villains.
Yes.
Want them to we never really feel bad for them when they're absolute pieces of garbage.
Yeah.
So far, surprisingly, they kind of did that with Dobby for us. We were both very shocked about that.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Spinner has never been someone we full on hated.
No.
Villain wise, but man, I feel so bad for him right now.
I feel really bad for Spinner. It really is. Just feels like one of those people that I mentioned back when All for One was really first on the rise. These were his prime targets. People who just we're just trying to find a call, we're following calls already. He adopted it, and he just corrupted them utterly. Because Spinner can't even think right now.
No,
I don't think Spinner knows where Spinner is.
No, Spinner does not know where Spinner is. And the stupid bug kid who got killed by the crows, or not killed, but somehow lost the crows. And the worst animation probably One Piece, My Hero has had all season.
Don't you feel like Anima's little extension power there could have just been accomplished by a megaphone? Yep. But anyways, you're
that bug kid I hated every second he talked.
He was annoying.
He was also first of all
he knew what he was doing.
He used the word comrades, which always is a bad sign.
Yep.
But I agree with Tentacle. There is the entire time I'm Hetenomorphs. If you don't want everyone to hate you, maybe this isn't the move.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do this.
Maybe don't do stuff like this. Yeah. Maybe don't burn down a city sort of situation. It's crazy. And
maybe don't side with the villain.
Yeah, for facts, yeah.
And they were down to kill, which is
they're ready to go. Yeah, they're ready to go. It's insane. It's insanity. It's people who just keep pushing and I just don't know. And Tentacle was even spitting sense there the entire time. They're
it's kind of working. It was kind of working.
Yeah, it's going to come in later. Next episode's all about him still, too.
Next episode looks awesome.
It looks sweet.
President Mike doing big stuff.
I like President Mike so much. I've liked President Mike ever since I first saw him.
I like when President Mike in this episode was just talked about how, quirks always get stronger every generation. He's what was the name of the three of them? The
Domerang, the
dumb Mingos or something.
The dumb Mingos. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
But it's just pointing out that was just, I love that respect level. It's just even the mid-tier class 1A is still stronger than President Mike.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because they just get stronger and stronger.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That was a prize episode I really liked. I can't remember what. They got me good with the opening showing the shitty backwater town that was being super racist to Hetenomorphs and all that stuff. They got me good. I didn't know that was when it became Tentacle's story. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you thought it was Spinner, right, or something?
I thought it was anybody.
Yeah,
anybody at all.
Yeah,
and then it was Tentacles. I was like, ooh, this has got really good.
Yeah, and he did the classic where he saved a little girl, but then they beat him up anyways. I was
just focusing on the good memories.
That was
little UA talk there.
I love the UA talk because he was just so cool in it, and then and it always, I love this. They've had to when they're making the anime, just they have to have this face on in a special click button getting ready to go. Deku's face of surprise and awe of somebody who's just you know that face he makes, or it's just oh, you're so cool. He makes that face all the time.
I know.
And while he's telling that story, it was really good.
It was sick. Yeah, it was a great story. Who knew that Tentacle might have been the most mature out of all of them there?
Yeah, it makes sense now that they show his storyline.
Yeah, big time, time.
Because
he's going through a lot.
Yeah,
he's gone through so much.
Yeah, he has.
So I don't know. Yeah. Moral of the story here is that apparently anywhere outside of the main stage of Japan kind of suck. I don't know. That's what the writer seems to think.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying outside of the podcast, I was obviously it's different for America because it's annoying when the cities are we're so understanding and cool. Non-city places are racist and backwater. And it's where do you think you are?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Where do you think you are? Your city sucks.
Yeah.
Maybe in Japan it's worse. They don't really have it because they don't really have other races too much.
Yeah.
But
I'm just gonna. Yeah. What confuses me too is I've seen other anime Zom 100 where they go out to the country and the country's fine or something like that.
Yeah.
Or even there's that terrible episode in The Devil is a Part-Timer in season 2 where they go out to the country farms and it's solar power and all nice and stuff. And it's maybe
I don't know. Anime usually shows the country pretty nice.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's throwing me off. But we've also gotten in stuff like JJK. Oh God, what's his name? Ghetto's backstory there, where he saved the two girls from the backwater town that was being racist to them or torturing them because they were sorceresses.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't think there's really anything to it.
No, probably not. Probably not.
I think he was just giving it like as like just to be like this. He's like, well, it can't happen in the city because he might have actually been writing. He's like, because obviously they've seen people being cool with them in the city, but we haven't really seen the rural areas. So
it's very possible. It's very possible. Either way,
which is good writing.
Yeah, either way.
Regardless, it was a great storyline. Super cool.
Yeah, love how they made. Still very sad about Spinner, but love how they made him so cool.
Yeah,
his secondary quirk that came out was awesome.
Did that not seem like it was straight out of Berserk?
Oh, big time, yeah. When it was happening, I was like, what is going on?
Seems straight out of Berserk.
He's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him, but next episode's going to be so cool.
Oh, yeah, he's in the hospital now.
This show does not ever just not good.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, even the mid-episodes are good. The episodes are amazing.
I am really worried. Everyone's really complaining about that in the manga, the only reason I'm worried is the same people who have complained about the ending of Attack on Titan have complained about the end of this manga.
Ooh.
Which I was like, damn, I'm in that cape.
That might be a credible source. Who knows?
That's a very credible source.
Who knows?
Because they are fighting against the world.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
They're with us.
Yeah, they're on that one. Yeah.
The only time we're fighting against the mainstream in anime.
Yeah, that's true.
That and JoJo, I guess. But
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I said that JoJo's bad.
JoJo's good. It's really good. I just don't I don't know.
I just can't get into it. Or Bleach, I guess. I don't know. But
Bleach is good. Once again, if I watch Bleach at the same time I was watching Naruto, I'd love Bleach.
Yeah.
But it's the same talk that we're having with we've seen better animation, better commercials and all stuff. I have been a little desensitized from this type of storyline now.
That's true. And you're right. The point you were making right there is that I always complain that I can't watch old anime. Mm-hmm. Can't start old anime now.
Yeah.
Because I'm just the things I've seen
are amazing.
But shows you how good One Piece is.
That's true, yeah. I'd restart this anime right now.
Remember how much I don't watch old anime.
No.
You know, I don't. I won't. I just can't. I watch Bleach because I have to eventually. I watched One Piece, and I was like, this is great.
It was amazing. I remember we were on a drive back from Albany after visiting out there.
Yeah, that was.
And you were watching the Arlong Park.
Arlong Park.
This is the finale to the saga. I'm just sitting there. It's like, yeah, and you're loving it.
Annoying little side note before we go to the next anime because we've already spent almost 20 minutes talking about this. And
woo! I'm gonna miss my hero when it's gone.
Oh my god, I'm gonna miss it so much. Is the live action of One Piece does do one extremely egregious thing to me. Is because you were speaking of this, Arlong.
Yeah.
You know the first walk?
Yeah.
Nami's in that walk.
That's not right.
It's not right at all.
That's not correct at all.
Nope. Way to ruin that really cool scene.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's really dumb. Once again,
and they don't even show it.
They don't even show the walk?
No.
What?
No.
What?
They start to walk.
That's one of the most important scenes.
The music kicks in, and then they're at Arlong.
It's one of the most important scenes.
I know. It's the first time it's like, ding, 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 ding. It's the first time.
I could almost forgive putting Nami into it. I can forgive not showing the walk.
No.
The walk's one of the coolest parts.
Once again, I think it was one of those things, and I do respect on this level, is that they're like, hey, listen, this is for people who don't watch the anime.
I understand that.
It's it's not. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, if you take out the walk, it doesn't affect One Piece at all.
No.
But it's like, as a One Piece fan, you're like, it's the coolest.
It's the coolest thing ever.
But anyways, let's move on to the next anime that we're watching together, Tower of God, season
2. Good episode. Good episode.
Before we jump into this episode, I just want to say one thing about this. Has the fighting been weak? Tower
they're
God?
Not animated. It's whatever animation they had last season, not here right now.
Yeah,
I don't know what. It's so boring.
There.
Like I said with that friggin' fight last week, with the Muzan fight, they took out half of it.
Yeah,
because I don't know if they swapped animation studios. I don't know if they lost half a budget or something.
Same.
It does, man.
It's taken 2 years. I hope you could do it.
That's true. Yeah, that's taking long. That's 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. They take 3 years. I hope you could do it.
It's weird. I don't know. Yeah, because a lot of stuff's supposed to be happening. It's supposed to be way cooler. We're supposed to know Bam has those 5 orb things.
Yeah, that was
in
lame.
The Muzan fight.
That was super lame.
It was dumb, yeah.
That was so lame.
That fight was boring.
That fight was incredibly boring.
The thing was, it was him just doing the same animated move over and over again.
It was so bad.
It was really bad. The fire comes by, the kid swings, etc., etc. It's what is this? It was dumb. It was bad. I don't know if it's a budget thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why maybe they don't care about this anymore. Maybe they're butchering it. I don't know.
Not to jump ahead. I'm just gonna say, as I watched this directly after watching Wistoria Wandandsword.
That's gonna hurt you.
So that's gonna hurt you. But anyways, regardless of the fighting not being good, I love this episode. There were so many great parts in this episode. I love this team.
This team's good.
This team rocks.
I like both teams.
Yeah, and that's another. Sorry, to go back to the fighting. That's another thing. When the forearm guy shows up, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be a cool fight with a Killua number 2, whatever." Yeah, that fight stunk.
That fight also sucked. Yeah, it was just him doing a big laser beam at the end.
Yeah, it was so bad.
It was bad. They animated the kid running kind of cool, but other than that,
that was
dope. Right?
Dan, yeah,
that was pretty good. I like that. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the show. I don't know if they're saving all their animation budget for something. I don't know if they just didn't get a budget for it. It just seems low budget.
Yeah,
it seems like they're doing a lot of stuff that, like, you know, when Invincible did that great little cameo where they talked about all the stuff animators do to, like, you know, just cut costs and all that stuff. It seems like they're doing all. They're reusing stuff. People, you know, we're not seeing people talk sometimes.
But I feel
fights are way down.
I pointed out that Wand and Wistoria, Wand and Sword, is they do that in like so much in their episodes.
Yeah.
But that's like, you're supposed to do that so that you save your animation for the good stuff. And it's like, just do that then. By the way, also, just let's hop off the crapping on that stuff real quick, is because I want to talk about this. When Rachel was like, I wish you could be my feet to Dan. I was like, because she's trying to like manipulate him.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I don't want to like steal his feet or something like that. It's like, I hate you. I hate that you're mobile right now. Go back to bed.
Just right when she showed up, I was like,
did you hear that Dan called her? I think he said Rachel weird. He said like Raquel.
Yeah. He said it. He said it super weird. He probably struggled with that one in the voice acting studio.
That's
they're like, it's Rachel, and he's like, Rachel. They're like, close enough.
Close enough. We're good.
Close enough.
We got it. Let's go to the scene. Yeah, when she was back, I hate that she's so. I hate her so much. The Emily thing was cool. I remember. It's gonna be an interesting storyline. I think because it's a real person.
Yeah, it's very Minority Reported.
Exactly,
like,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
JJK kind of did a little bit too.
Yeah, but it's on this whole level where they're just like talking to everybody that has the app, which is wild.
Definitely seems like it's good setup and everything like that. The thing I thought was weird about it was just like, it just seemed like it was already a thing in the show.
Yes. But we never saw it. Well, they talked about it, like they didn't really use it too much on the lower floors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are.
And like I think in that time period it got better.
Yeah, they are on high floors now.
Yeah, because like 2 years passed.
Yeah. Also, anytime an AI, this is an actual human that we know.
Yeah.
They all think it's AI. Anytime an AI goes, I want to know how to love, shut it down. Turn it off.
Turn that bad boy.
Once it starts showing human emotions, be like, beep, 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 beep.
And we're done. This was a fun little experiment. Now it's off.
I did like whatever silver hair or white hair kid there. He's like, is Bam alive? And they're like, yeah, he is.
Coon, like, that was good. That was really good. That was like, yeah, buddy.
That was super cool.
Yeah, buddy. Now he has hope again. Not just trying to torture Rachel Hope, actual hope.
Yeah.
Woo.
The one thing about this episode that I think was probably really good, it seemed like this episode, I have not read the manhwa. I don't know if you got to this point in the manhwa.
I'm past this, but I don't really remember.
It seems like it might have been like this episode seems like it might have been like at least like 4 chapters.
Probably that would make sense.
Of like because they probably like focused on each of the fights and everything like that. So they maybe like they were just putting a bunch of like because like this seemed like it was like kind of like, oh, they're going through the games. Oh, there's multiple things going on, which is good for me.
Speed it up, yeah.
Speed it up. We don't need to see that. I don't need to see him doing it. First of all, this stupid Scarface guy.
I know, what a douche.
What a douchebag.
Yeah.
Also, like, he calls them cowards after he's like, you guys won. Unless you want to fight me, and if I win, then you guys actually lose. I'd be like, nope.
That makes sense, yeah.
I don't even care if I knew I could beat you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
I'm like, why would I waste any of my energy? You already gave up.
You're done. You gave me the key. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
This was a team effort, and we beat you.
And he's like, oh, because you were, like, fighting weaklings. Like, I'm winning right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like, what? That team sucked, except for one of the greatest character interactions I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, I know.
Flame hair boy and our blonde hair
Wogman.
Yeah, no shot.
Wingman.
Wogman. I don't know. Wingman. Wing Chun.
Just let's call him. We gotta give him a name because that is his name, and I don't want to say it because it sounds so weird.
Yeah. Wong.
No.
Lobster boy.
Blonde hair boy's good.
Blonde hair boy. Let's go blonde hair boy. Blonde hair boy. Nah, doesn't have the eyes for it. Blonde hair boy there goes, don't you remember? I'm your baby bird. That I died laughing. I was laughing through the entire sequence of that. Yeah. And then when the kid gets to the end, he was like, oh yeah, I killed Chirpy. It was like, what?
I just love it. He's like, remember the good boy that you used to be? When you did bad stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, I was like that. I was like, this. I love when blonde-haired boy there. I love when he just is like, I'm at the end of my ropes. What do I do? Time for charisma.
That is my favorite. It is quite amazing. Every second of that interaction, I was like, this is gold. This is comedy gold. Oh, yeah. So that was great. Anything else happened this episode? Rachel sucks. Emily.
Bam. It's mainly about Emily. I don't like that the subbed titled thing is Mily, and then the name of the thing is Mile.
Oh yeah.
That was every time they showed it, I was like, it's really cool. I'm excited to see where this goes. There's this new introduction of a character who's like, I love you, which is already like, get rid of that kid.
Weird.
Get rid of him.
Weird.
I'm very excited to see. I think this show is like one of those, like, right now this season is giving me a solid like 6.8, 7 vibes.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Like, it's not bad, but it's not amazing.
Not great. Yeah. Facts.
I'm never upset watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll never rewatch any scene from the season.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
So far.
Until it gets good, I recommend that we bump it down to below
3.
Wistoria.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think we should do that. Because, like, last episode was good, but this episode I'm just like, okay, skip this.
I'm fine with that. I 100% agree with you because great transition.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Let's move on to Wistoria Wandandsword. And my definitely anime episode of the week was this episode.
Oh, big time. Easily.
This show is so good.
I was thinking about it. It's like, man, I think this might be my anime of the season. I was like, oh wait, My Hero's a thing. No, it's not. It's my number 2 though right now.
We could do we should do like kind of like how Crunchyroll awards is like when they do anime of the season, One Piece isn't in it.
Yeah,
because they just know.
Yeah, in fact,
it's like My Hero, One Piece. We're taking out the big guns.
Sure, yeah, they're because those two are My Hero is
because this episode kicked ass.
It was awesome. Every second of it.
Woo!
Every second of it. I like through the entire ice fights. I had complete confidence in our boy the entire time. Will, I had no. Even when Will was analyzing stuff, I was like, there was not a second where I thought he was gonna even like remotely lose this at all, and he didn't. And it was amazing.
It was so awesome. I love. One thing is like new. There probably has been anime characters in the past who've had this ability, but it's not really talked about too much. But I love how it's a big ability for Will's. Like if he sees the attack enough, he can now just predict it.
Yes, yeah.
And I think it's such a cool ability because I love they do such a good scene where like they're shooting the same ice
over and over again
cylinder thing at him, and he's just like dodging them all. And I'm like, oh,
it was fantastic.
I'm like, you look like a boob now,
big
Julius.
Big time.
Suck.
You do suck, dude. The entire like, oh god, so many parts of this episode. I want to jump all over the place for it, but like, there's so many stuff. I love when he took out the two goons because he has two exactly the same looking goons.
The
exact same goons.
I think their haircut was the only thing different.
Maybe that was different. Maybe they were twins or something. I don't know what the reasoning was. They were the exact same.
Hilarious.
They went down instantly. Hilarious. Loved that. The entire time, one of the things I was thinking about the entire time was like when Will starts going off and he's like. And Julius is like, oh fuck, and he starts running away. I'm just sitting there thinking, and also the battlefield's in a grid form. It's like, this is a D&D battle right now. This is a mage running. This is like a wizard running away from a fighter.
Yeah,
right now. I'm just thinking, like, I've done this before in D&D. I've cast a spell and ran away.
Yeah.
Like I thought about it, and they've caught me every time.
Yep. That's so true. That is so true. It's like once your spells aren't working, you're like. Don't let him get next to me. Don't let him touch me. I do love Rossi there when the big like that was a really cool attack where like the clones turned into like a prism.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then like the big ice thing came down, but he's like, well, now if he loses now, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
When he said that, I was like, I can't wait.
I like how everyone that knows Will is just like, yeah, he's got it. Yeah. No problem.
Also, I'm gonna jump to this because I just
this was a battle. We're analyzing every part of the battle.
There's so much of this episode that's so good. First of all, if you're not watching the show, watch the show.
I know.
This might be. My Hero's obviously anime. It's anime of the year, so
yeah.
This is the anime of the season.
Agree with that.
Alya's close, very close.
Yes. Okay.
But this episode was really good, and Alya's episode was just okay. We love magic.
Of course.
We love super cool spells.
Magic circles.
Yep, magic circles. Love watching some lightsabers.
Yep.
Some swords go off.
Yep.
Love watching shit explode. Cannons. Awesome stuff. Watching a bad guy get punched in the face super hard is the most gratifying thing ever. When Luffy did it.
Yep.
When there was someone else we were talking about recently.
I don't know.
It happened another time.
Yeah.
But when he just clocked him in the face, I was like,
This is amazing.
This is amazing. So much better than if you hit him with your sword.
Oh, way better. And his whole one of my favorite things when he punched him, he just like spins away and then like,
one tooth comes flying.
Yeah, that was awesome. The way they animated his face on contact, I was like, this is great. This is so what good.
Show are we talking about though?
Where he punched someone?
Well, they just like he was like punching people in the face.
I have no idea.
It was an anime of the past.
A past anime?
A past anime. He did a lot of punching.
There's Kenichi there.
Oh, Mashal.
Mashal. Oh, yeah.
Mashal.
That's always good. That's always good. Yeah, that was spectacular. Oh, they did it is all so right. I love, first off, not just the battle part. When he's going over how, when everyone's like shocked that he's using a myheroacademia spell and all this stuff, that's really cool, and I love that. Kid's talking a lot of shit. I'm glad he got put in his place. Yeah. But I really enjoyed that, the breakdown of what the spell was, and Will knew what it did and all this stuff. I think that aspect of it, like, it's sometimes when you cast magic in a show, it's just like, I cast magic, and because of magic, reality's broken. Don't even explain it or anything like that.
Yeah.
They actually, I like how they explain how the spell works, and like, you need extra people to control this and work this spell and all this jazz, and like it needs active like controllers for and all this jazz. That was great. That's like a depth of magic that you don't always see in anime.
Yeah,
which is that's like, I don't know, it's a good detail for a good show.
I 100% agree. I actually, one of the things I was really liking about this, and I was like, the show has potential to be better than Mashal. Not Black Clover yet.
No. Black Clover's still way better.
Yeah, way better.
Like way
better. But if the show continued on, the storylines, and then like once the shield falls and everything, who knows? The one thing I like about Will so much is Will is super strong, super powerful, but he's not a dumbass.
No.
Like, he knows magic.
Yeah.
He knows magic. He like, because he can't use it, so he's studied it like crazy.
Yeah.
And he's close to one of the Maggie of Vang or whatever.
Maggie of Vander.
I do love, though, when he's like, of course I know the spell. She made it when she was 2. And Julius goes, like, well, no, I just like Julius goes, huh? 2 years old?
I'm at the level of a toddler. And not even that. Because then after that, Will was like, when the guy summons like 6 or 7, he was like, sorry, Julius, but I remember getting tormented by 10 of them at least.
And he was like,
And then also the scene was so heartwarming right after that when he cuts to Elfie's scene, just her tackling.
Yeah, that was super cute. That was super cute. I did love, though, is when Will stabs the first one, where he clearly knows who.
Oh, yeah. Animation was great on that.
And I literally was like, this would be so awesome if obviously he knows who the real one is now because he's just running and the other ones aren't. I was like, if he just goes through and breaks all of them, just to shove it in this guy's face, and he
did. He crushed all of them.
When he threw his sword at the one, that was sick.
Spectacular.
And then he just cocked him and punched him in the face.
That was so good.
And I actually love that he didn't get the crown.
Me too. That guy, that Win guy, I actually kind of like him.
Oh yeah, he seems super cool.
That was funny.
I don't like Miss Perfect though. Being
no, she's dumb.
Well, I don't like her being like, Will Surford. I was like, all right. He's taken.
Go away, yeah.
Except for next episode.
I know. The Earth Princess really wants him. It's so sad. She helped him out so well.
The next episode is called Shall We Date?
I know. Go with the fire guy. It's fine. Go see him.
Better.
I did pissed too.
Dude, I love he's like, I'll be the one to beat you. I'm like, what a good rivalry.
Dude, you were going to lose anyway.
Oh, he's definitely going to lose, but like, what a good rivalry. He's a lot stronger than we thought he was. So.
Yeah, it's true.
He'll definitely lose to Will, but like,
because like, I think there are so there's the 5 seats, the Maggie of Ender, all different elements and all that stuff. Sure. So then there's 5 top students, and Sion's one of them, technically. And Julius was one of them, and then Julius got his teeth kicked in, which is amazing. I hope we see the scene where he has to apologize.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't walk away and do nothing. That'd be really annoying.
No, yeah, that would be really annoying.
If he got his fucking teeth kicked in.
Did love when the when guy did get it, and it showed the announcer kid, and his eyes just turned to money.
Yeah, that was good. The announcer kid. I hope he's around a lot. I hope he just starts like popping in the background announcing things.
I hope so too.
That'd be so much fun. Even the scenes with Elfie too were great. Like,
oh my god, the scene with Elfie. Where, first of all, I love it because I love her little butler there, like pointing out, she's like, you're trying to play like this aloof, cool person, you're not.
Yeah.
But I love when she was like, is there a spell to like make me forget, like you forget memories and blah blah blah? And she's like crying because she's like, I wasn't mean to torment it, blah blah blah. And then it just cuts to the butler, and she's just like,
hey,
dead. No, she's like deadpan, like. you're an idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Just deadpan like, this child.
This girl is a moron. She's so dumb, and she is at the pinnacle.
Yes.
Dang.
I did love, though, how she was like, I don't want him to be my successor because I'm waiting for a sword. And I was like, yeah!
Nice. Oh, he's going to get up there. It's going to be so cool. And she's just developing a lot of magic, too. That's pretty cool. I love the name they had for her, like, the serial magic or whatever, the first 12.
Yeah, I can't even say it, but
it was amazing. And Will's probably been around for most of them, because Will's
definitely.
Awesome.
Will is such a likable character.
He really
he's so likable.
It's nuts.
I like him more than I like Yuji. I like Will a lot.
Yeah.
I like Yuji.
I don't know.
I like Yuji.
That's tough.
I like Will more than I like Deku. Yeah, I'll say. I love this character.
Yeah.
He's just so great.
Yeah, I like him more than Deku.
Great.
I think I like him more than Yuji. It's tough. I really like Yuji, but I think
I like Yuji.
I just like Will, the design of Will better. Like Will is Yuji's a character who's kind of flawed in some ways, but he's amazing as a heart of gold and has to grow on his own. Will is just kind of great already, and I kind of like those characters a lot. So I guess I could say, I could say that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just super likable.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know, there's just something about him that like, it's not even like, yeah, he's got like that Tanjiro energy, not enough. Mm-hmm. Doesn't have that crazy Tanjiro energy.
Yeah.
But like, he's just like, you just root for him so hard.
Oh, big time, all the time.
And he's not like vindictive about all his moves where he's like, screw you because everyone hated on me. Meh. He's just like, no, this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I love Elfie.
Yeah, I love Elfie. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, I love Elfie. And of course, this show also did the thing that always makes an anime better in every single way. They played the opening music when he started going off, and I was like, yeah. When that started playing, I was like, yes, I'm going to rewatch this entire scene 3 times.
It's almost hard not to watch your entire episode.
I know.
Like, the entire episode was just good. Like it was. That was definitely
start to finish. They did a great job.
It was so good.
I'm pumped for the next episode. I'm pumped with this anime. We say it all the time. I'm so pumped we picked this up. This was a great. You like suggested this. And I was like, I'll check it out.
I was just looking at my anime list and it had pretty good reviews, and I was like, yeah. And then it was one of those where like if you look at the cover of it, you might think it looks stupid.
Yeah.
And then now I was like, oh, check it out because you needed to.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, check it out. It's like a fighty, swordy, whatever. And then, boom, it's awesome. I'm super pumped for next week. It's called Shall We Date? It looks like some comedy romance stuff going on. I'm here for it. And good anime does this.
Yeah.
Where you have this great, action-packed, heavy arc. This wasn't too heavy, but like action-packed, awesome arc. And then you have an episode after where it's just kind of chill.
Yeah.
Good anime do that.
True. That's a good point. Yeah. So it's gonna be so good. I can't wait.
I'm
so happy too that like it kind of felt. I was really worried there because like this episode felt like a big like could be a split season ending sort of episode.
It did.
I was really sad. I was really like, and then I saw the trailer and I was like, yes, more of this show.
We need to get the show out here more because like it's just not popular.
I don't know why it's not. It's
maybe it's popular in Japan. We keep having that conversation because like the animation is too good for it to be.
Yeah, not
like how is Tower of God more popular than this right now?
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Marketing, I guess.
Maybe, possibly.
But let's move on to the anime we're reviewing separately.
Yes, because One Piece had a recap episode.
Yes, but that's fine.
Since I started reading the manga, I really don't care that much about recap episodes anymore. I'm just like, oh, it's just a week between you, me, and better animation.
Yeah, and I watched the preview for next week. It is the start of the recap of the Reverie, so.
It's the recap of the Reverie again?
That is what... Sabo.
Yep, you're right. Yep, I'm sorry. We said recap in my defense. I was like,
that makes sense. Yeah, because we literally just called this episode recap, which it is a recap.
It is a recap episode. Yeah.
Okay, more. I guess it's not really a recap of the Reverie.
Yeah,
it's more of a detailed.
Yeah, it's a debriefing.
Ooh, I like that better. Debriefing. It's a debriefing of the Reverie.
Yes.
But do you want to start or want me to start?
I'll start because I gotta catch up on 2 episodes technically.
Yes.
But I can do it really fast for the first episode. The first episode that we missed from No Longer Allowed in Another World. great show, great episode. I told you that the end 2 weeks ago, I told the episode ended and they were all arrested by cat people because they were taking the cat girl was taking them back to her home there. So lo and behold, so we think that they're gonna be like because the cat girl did something super bad or something like that. No, she's the princess of all this.
Of course,
this entire kingdom here.
Of course,
and there's this whole backstory. Like her dad is like one of those cool big ass beastmen sort of thing. There's a big backstory that's in there about like she lost her mom and her brother in some car accident and like it hurt her father so much and her father just wanted her to not be. She wanted to be like kind of punchy, fighty, and find her own way, and her dad just wanted her to be like a pretty princess.
I'm not gonna lie. As you started that in that voice, The reason I laughed is because you got like 5 words in, and I was like, oh, I don't need to listen to this.
Nope. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Because I was like, he's got me. He knows I don't need to listen to this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that was that entire episode pretty much. Like, it was all about that. Blah blah blah. Our main character did great stuff as always. He's hilarious. But I can't remember at the end of this episode, or the next episode, one of the two, somewhere in this time frame. An otherworlder shows up in the kingdom,
nice.
And it's one of the ones that defeated the demon lord, and so he's a douchebag. He's trying to
the one who got the hots for his wife.
His wife?
Doesn't one of them have the hots for his wife?
No.
Okay, then that's me thinking something. His wife was one of the is there though, right?
She is another worlder that is with the demon. Yeah, no, not that. Okay, yeah. You are totally right. I know what we're talking about. Not that guy.
Okay.
Different guy. This guy is a piece of shit. His ability is gluttony and devour or something like that. He literally creates there's like a black portal that opens behind him, and then teeth open up and eats whatever in front of it, and then he technically eats that and he can incorporate it into his body sort of situation.
Big Full Metal Alchemist fan, I see.
Yeah, pretty much just like gluttony, but he does taste everything and he eats people, and it's pretty messed up. And he's pretty much a douchebag. So he shows up, beats the king, even though King has some pretty dope magic, and then is like trying to eat Tama and all this stuff, and she gets away through the help of some advisors. And so the dude's pretty much taking over the kingdom, and he's going like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna be a bad ruler. I just want to eat all the women and children. So come give me those. We'll be fine. The men can keep working. And then when like a dude, like a beastman yells at him, he eats the beastman, and it was like, yeah, this guy's power was really gross because like he ate that guy, and the guy was like wearing a pendant, and he just like pulls it out of his mouth afterwards.
Is this guy dead at the end of the episode?
Oh yeah. So
okay, thank God.
Anyways, so he's taking the throne. So he beats the king, takes the throne, all this stuff. He eats the king's arm, and
wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry to cut you off. He said he wanted to eat the women and children.
Yeah,
that's really weird.
Yeah,
and gross.
Yeah, he says their flavor was better, and the men's flavor wasn't that good. It was like too tough.
That's disgusting.
And these are beast people, so he really wants to eat beast people.
I mean, that's just awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Anyways, so we get a little of the backstory of Tama and her brother, the prince, and the prince seems like a really nice kid, super cool guy. Sad he's dead. The mom was also pretty great. And really, this is actually a really stable family. The dad was good too. It really just a stable family until the mom and the kid died, and the brother died, and then the dad just like went overprotective mode, and it was a whole. And she tried to replace her brother. Fair. So the dad was like, "Oh no, you can't be doing that." Yada yada. And this whole
seems not like a bad dad there though.
He's really, in terms of anime dads, he's not a bad dad. He just tragedy hit, and he did his best, in my opinion.
Yeah. It sounds like his
best might have not been the best.
Yeah, you can't expect that.
Yeah, exactly. So he wanted her to be a pretty princess. She kind of wanted to be a battle warrior, sort of. It's kind of weird at the end, but and like this whole arc is all about the two, like the dad realizing that and like accepting his daughter and all this stuff, and that does happen. But so the prince, another prince, gluttony dude. It's technically, they're called like Fallen Angel or something like that. Is what the group's name is. Anyways, gluttony dude.
Don't want to be that though.
He ate the king's arm, so he has the king's ability, which is like some beastman electricity moving ability, sort of thing. Moves fast. So Tama comes running back to the palace after she just got away, and gets beat, and then our protagonist shows up. I'm trying to remember how that happened. Oh, it was funny. Okay, so these fallen angels, they killed the demon lord, so now they have control of all of his forces. So Gluttony came in, and he takes over the throne room and all this stuff, and he positioned like these two ogres like to guard the throne room and all this stuff. And our protagonist shows up, and he's like, we gotta go speak to the new king or whatever. And the ogres are like, our orders were anyone that's not a cat, woman, or child or something like that comes here are gonna die. So we're gonna kill you. And he's like, oh, but I already want to die. I think about it a lot. So I hear this guy eats people. That sounds like a fun way to die. And the ogres are literally like, they're like, I don't know what to do in this situation. So they let him through. It's really funny. And like, lo and behold, he's actually thinking that. So
fair.
But so he goes there, and he hears this. I don't really understand how his power is called storybook. something like that. Storytale, I don't remember. And I don't really understand totally how it works. I think it's still, there's a lot more we still have to understand. But I think if he hears someone's story and he writes it down, then he can sort of banish them from another world, possibly. But so he hears Gluttony like gives his backstory. In the normal world, he was a rich piece of shit whose parents give him everything, and he was like, he was unsatisfied by it. And there's like scenes of him just like stabbing the help or going out into public and just kicking the shit out of homeless people until he eventually gets killed by Truck Coon. That sends him here. And so he's just bad guy all around. And I think our main protagonist at some point in the story had gone through and found Tama's mother's diary, read it, and then so he does. The priestess tells him like, use your storytale power on this guy and send him back, and he's like, nah, this guy's story sucks so much I'm not gonna write it. But it's very sick. But he gives instead he uses his power. He wrote Tama's story, and by writing it, she's like all. Like I said, she was all fucked up in the head because of like her trying to fix her relationship with her dad, trying to be people she wasn't. He pretty much just sets her right like that. Like he rewrites her story a little bit and like gives her the power and all this stuff. And she had some like bullshit magic thing that like was locked away mentally and all this stuff. So unlocks that. She kicks the shit out of him of Gluttony. Yeah. And so she saves the day. He unlocks her power. He writes her story. It's an interesting power. I don't hate it. Yeah. But then Gluttony gets a second form. Because he ate the demon lord, so he has like he had some like he had like just he turned into like a giant fucking monster. Demon lord. He had a giant fucking monster, and he's about to go like, oh yeah, I can't wait to kill everybody. And then the demon lord's daughter shows up, cuts his head off, and kills him.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how the episode ended.
Glad that guy died.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
That guy sucked.
Oh, he was terrible. He was so bad. It was like one of those other rollers where it's like, oh good. This isn't the story about all of them. Some of them are just evil and should die. That's cool. I like that. So that's pretty much it. Our main character went up to the demon princess and was like, the girl with the sad eyes again. And he's like, you're a weirdo. Don't come near me. But she likes him. So then she bailed. Yeah. Of course. So that was pretty much the gist of the two episodes.
That sounds like a pretty good episode though.
They were fun. They were fun to watch.
That was a good episode, yeah. And then I have Alya, sometimes hides her feeling in Russian. From last week, if you remember last week, this other girl running for student president challenged Kuz, the main character, to a student congress. Which it's just a debate.
Oh, really?
It's just a debate. Well, I guess so what happened was she puts a thing forward that she puts something forward and they have to debate against it. We meet her vice president, who is this like super popular, totally chill girl. Who's just like, hey guys, how's it going? Who has all these connections. That will come in later.
Okay.
So the girl that challenged her, Tamiana, whatever her name is, glasses girl. Her proposal is that the teachers should get a say in who the student council president and vice president gets to pick to be in student council.
Okay. The teachers want to vote who goes into student body council.
Teachers get to pick.
Oh, they pick. They don't vote.
The president and the vice president get to pick their cabinet.
Okay.
And that's one of their privileges of getting voted in.
Got it. Okay.
As it works in American.
Yeah.
This girl's saying no, that shouldn't be how it is. These teachers should approve or disapprove of the people they pick.
Commie gobbledygook.
Yes, that's what I thought. And then she's like, Don't you guys don't want slackers in student council? And of course, all the kids are like, "Oh, this totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense." And the crowd, they're like, "Oh yeah," because they're all a bunch of dumb idiots. And then Alya gets up and she's like, "Don't you think that's like destroys democracy? It takes the power away from you. You're the ones who picked this president." And I'm just like, "Yeah, Dave, right? Let's go."
That's pretty awesome.
So I was like, "Well, before this, Alya's like super nervous to do this debate.
Yeah.
Incredibly nervous. She's seeing everyone in the crowd. She's on the stage. She's like, pretty big crowd." She's sitting around on the stage and she's like, I don't know. She's like so nervous. So Kuz comes over. I don't know his full name. Just call him Kuz. I don't want to call him Kuz Kun because that's weird.
Yeah.
Kuz comes over and he just goes, you hear like, I don't know where he's like, I hear your bra size is E. Is that true? And she's like, what? And she's like, why are you asking me right now? He's like, because we're on the stage. You can't slap me. Everyone will see it.
Hilarious.
And then of course he's like, not thinking about the debate now, are we?
That's a good one.
And he's this guy is a baller. He's like, remember, he's like, your problem is he's like, you think she's like, she's not your opponent. The ideal version you have of yourself is your real opponent in your head right now. I'm like, man, this kid's killing it with lines. Anyways, so she, drops the knowledge of like, don't you feel like this ruins democracy? Like, that's a privilege if you guys pick the presidents and all, whatever. Yeah. The other girl gets up and she's like kind of struggling. They're having like their now argumentative point. And then it goes on Alya, and the stupid girl with all her connections sends out a text to multiple people in the crowd. They're like, Alya seems like an idiot. Like, what is she, a foreigner? She's an exchange student. What does she know about our school? And they all say it out loud to make like Alya, and Alya gets nervous when she hears all these people saying this. I was like, what a bitch.
Yeah, facts, yeah.
And even Goose is like, he's like, what a classless move.
Oh, nice, like, nice, good.
And then she's like freaking out, but then Kuz Kun. Yeah, which is because his name is Kuzan, or I don't know. I'm just going Kuz. Kuz then steps in, saves the day, and he's like, "I'll take over the debate from here." He's like, Alya. He's like, her voice is really tired from she's not used to talking to people since she's always quiet or something. Yeah, pretty much crapped on her a little bit, but it was really funny.
Nice.
And then he's like, guys, do we need to have this debate? We already know. Like, look at the president over there, which is the president of the student council, who's a really nice guy and everything. He's like, remember what a loser he was?
Oh my goodness.
Because he was a loser. It's a whole storyline. He was like a loser and like out of shape and a failure of a student, but he worked his way up to being president and everyone was like supporting his story. He's like, clearly, he's like, what a loser he was. And we all cheered him on and like you all voted for him. And so like, whatever. He's like, shouldn't it be up to us to make this decision? And I was like, as the people, whatever. Yeah. And then even the president, he's like, ignoring the bullying my junior just said to me. Then they open it up, and the one girl who started the whole debate, she runs away crying because she got her ass kicked.
Yeah, that is
Well, we find out she's not in love with the main character. She was in love with the main character and his sister, which she doesn't know their sister and brother, as a duo for president and vice president of student council. She's like, they were just so perfect.
What?
I'm like, you weirdo.
So she's debating what? To add the term? What?
No, she was debating because she doesn't like...
She doesn't like Alya.
She didn't like that Alya and Kuz were a team.
Oh, I see.
Because they aren't the ideal team.
I see, okay.
So...
And the brother and the sister are? That they don't know about.
They don't know about, yeah. Because they probably are the ideal team.
Okay.
Once you know them. But like at the same time, it's like, who cares?
Yeah, okay.
She's like, I was okay admitting defeat because they were so perfect.
Oh my
But now you've ruined the perfectness. And I was just like, and then Alya was like, she's like, I'm going to try as hard as I can to be the best as I can, blah, blah, blah. Regardless. Overall, the episode, I was like, I don't really need it. I was excited for it because like anime can turn anything cool.
Yeah.
Even a debate. Didn't really make it that cool. It was an okay episode.
Okay.
Until.
Oh boy.
It cut to, like, you just hear his sister. She's like, my brother, what a softie. And it cuts to, like, where the, like, projecting room was for the lights for the stage. Is his sister with a teacup. And the girl who's, like, her butler, pretty much. She's like, my brother, what a softie. Of course he's going to lose. He doesn't have the gumption and blah, blah. She's, like, being all serious.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, man. And then the butler's like, I don't know, I think they did a fine job. And she's like, you're ruining the boss vibes. She's like, that's not how a boss is supposed to be.
She's obsessed with anime. Oh my goodness. This is so good.
It cracked me up so hard. She's rocking that classic boss vibe. She's like, you're ruining the boss vibes. She's like, we're supposed to be like this. And then she's like, and then the butler girl, she's like, aren't the boss vibe people the people? They don't say vibes, but the boss like people like the ones who usually lose in the end.
Yeah.
And the sister's like, let's leave this room.
Yeah. We're done with this conversation. I don't like that anymore.
And then there was a whole conversation with like Alya of why Kuz chose her to be vice president. I mean, be vice president for her. He kind of gave up some information that he felt guilty. The reason he originally picked his sister in middle school is because he felt guilty because it seems like he left her with her dad.
I see.
But he didn't give that information away. Overall, it was an okay episode. The only thing that annoys me is... and we're going to find out what it is. But Kuz is like, why did you choose me to be vice president? And then Alya, she's like, of course, because... And she leans in and says something in Russian. And they gave us the Russian.
Oh, you need the Russian?
Yes.
Google Translate.
They've done this before, where they give the Russian, later on they give the... And I'm like, no.
I see.
And then as they're leaving, she's like, why did you ask me about my bra size again? And he was like... Now he's not because she could hit him, and then she says in Russian, she's like, it's barely E, and then she leaves and he's like, barely. This show is amazing.
That's awesome. This is hilarious. Just you describing was funny.
Yeah. And next week, hopefully, we'll have Cody on to talk about it.
I'm pumped about that.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll have Cody on to talk about it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes, because he's loving it too. His wife is also loving it.
Sounds like a great show. I'm gonna have to watch it at some point.
I mean, you could fly through it. It's such an easy watch.
By the time this week, I'll go.
And honestly, they probably have a lot of dubbed out now.
Oh, that's a good point.
Wistoria, Wand, and Sword. I watched the first because last week they were on episode 6.
Something like that. Yeah.
I watched the first 5 episodes dubbed.
Nice. They're doing that so much faster.
Yeah, so much faster.
Love
so
it,
great.
love
What a
it.
great time we live in.
Yeah,
great anime. We have not had a bad anime review in a long time.
Since
Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was like mid, but it wasn't bad.
No.
It's great.
It's spectacular.
Love it. And who knew the anime we picked up would have been awesome?
They're so good.
Yeah, everyone crapping on the season. Fools.
Yep, fools. There's gold out there, man.
See y'all next week. Thank you, Noble Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.